this is a komai bamboo net. The cut bamboo is netted with a rice straw rope, and we plaster over clay, cut hay mixture, and then in the rear side of the net we get the keys, and then waiting for the first coat is dry. The surface will produce quite a big cracks. So then second coat will be plastered over, which has a sand mixture. Then the surface cracks becomes finer, and on. That's our traditional cobing. And the bamboo is quite strong against the bending, so it holds the clay wall. So that's how we make a clay wall. And the people said to keep it because it has a good looking. Now this is the outside surface under the eave. It was bad cobing, but because of this side is protected by the eave against rain, so it's still existing. Though the other side, I got very bad result. It's caused by because the poor English. Well, it was a very early stage to talk with the local tradesmen and friends, and I wasn't sure also the way to cob. So the first coat, I expected to have it just clay and hay, cut hay, but they mixed sand. Of course, water was added to mix, and the first coat, which has sand, before it was completely dry, they put a second coat which got a little bit of cement in it. So the second coat became very hard later, and then in between nothing to hold each other, like keys which I mentioned before. So they call it the drummy, and upper part was already fallen and then mended with like a mortar way, and now George found it was swollen. Oh, now we had to put the panel to hold it, and the shed is used to support the panel. Very ugly looking. But first I will have apply Japanese way inside wall where the bamboo net are. That's I showed you just before. Then if the practical Japanese cobing is finished and nicely done, then we'll move on to outside walls. Now there is an area which has a dark color, and the surface is very smooth compared with the other surfaces. Other surfaces got P6, they crushed pebbles on the surface and washed with white cement. Bit clay was mixed, I think. That's how the other surface are cobed. But this side has a smooth surface. I wanted to measure the thermal coefficients difference, but I couldn't find a time yet. Though the dark part got the rice gruel, and it's still holding the surface. Actually, in Japan, we use gruel from seaweed, which is called Gloriopellitis. But I've been to a marine lab to find where I can find it. But interestingly enough, in the sea, fish weeds, they are quite local. They do not go beyond their territory, and QE professor said they don't have such a seaweed from which we can get gruel. So we used rice gruel, and a little bit under the window. I mixed more rice gruel. Yeah, that was right after it was cobed or plastered, maybe in this case I may say. Oh, the wrong hat from Waimate, he did the plastering rice gruel mixture